Welcome to History in 10 Minutes. Today, we're embarking on an incredible journey through the sweeping history of the United States of America, a tale of revolution, resilience, and relentless progress. In just 10 minutes, we'll traverse over 500 years of stories that have shaped the USA into the powerhouse it is today. So buckle up, because this is going to be a fast-paced adventure through time. Let's dive in. Our story begins long before the USA existed as a nation. For thousands of years, Native American tribes thrived across the continent, building rich cultures, trading networks, and sacred traditions. From the Pueblo builders in the Southwest to the Iroquois Confederacy in the Northeast, these societies were as diverse as the land they inhabited. In 1492, Christopher Columbus's fateful voyage opened the door to European exploration. The Spanish, French, and British all rushed to claim land in the Americas. By the 1600s, the British established the 13 colonies along the East Coast. These colonies grew, fueled by trade, agriculture, and, well, a lot of tension. Fast forward to the 18th century, and things are heating up. The American colonies, frustrated by British taxes and lack of representation, began to demand independence. In 1776, the Declaration of Independence, penned by Thomas Jefferson, boldly proclaimed the colonies as free from British rule. The Revolutionary War ensued, an uphill battle for the colonies. But thanks to leaders like George Washington and support from allies like France, the United States emerged victorious. By 1783, the Treaty of Paris was signed, officially recognizing the USA as an independent nation. The next chapter was all about building a nation from scratch. The U.S. Constitution, ratified in 1787, laid the foundation for a democratic government. George Washington became the first president, and the young nation began expanding westward, fueled by the idea of manifest destiny. But this expansion came at a cost. Native American lands were seized, and conflicts arose over slavery, which would eventually ignite the Civil War. Still, the early 19th century also brought innovation, with the Industrial Revolution transforming the economy and cities booming with new industries. By 1861, tensions over slavery reached a breaking point. The southern states seceded, forming the Confederacy, while the northern states fought to preserve the Union. The Civil War was brutal, claiming over 600,000 lives, but it ultimately ended slavery. In 1865, the Union was victorious, and Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation paved the way for freedom. Reconstruction followed, but it was a turbulent time. While African Americans gained rights like voting, the era was marred by backlash, segregation, and systemic racism, struggles that would persist for generations. The late 19th and early 20th centuries marked the USA's rise as a global power. Immigrants flooded in, transforming cities and cultures. By the time World War I erupted in 1914, the USA's economy and influence were undeniable. Though reluctant at first, the country joined the war in 1917, helping to tip the scales in favor of the Allies. The Roaring Twenties followed, an era of jazz, economic growth, and social change. But it wasn't all glamour. In 1929, the stock market crashed, plunging the country into the Great Depression. Millions lost their jobs, but under Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal, the nation began to recover. World War II thrust the USA back onto the global stage. After the attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941, the country entered the war, eventually playing a key role in the defeat of Nazi Germany and Japan. By 1945, the USA emerged as a superpower, armed with nuclear technology and a booming economy. But peace didn't last. The Cold War with the Soviet Union dominated the latter half of the 20th century. From the space race to the Cuban Missile Crisis, it was a tense period of ideological rivalry. Yet the USA also saw progress at home, with the civil rights movement challenging racial injustice and leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. shaping a new era. The late 20th century brought monumental changes. The fall of the Soviet Union in 1991 marked the end of the Cold War, solidifying the USA's position as the world's leading superpower. Advances in technology, from the internet to smartphones, revolutionized daily life, while cultural movements continued to redefine the nation. The 21st century hasn't been without challenges. The September 11th attacks in 2001 reshaped national security and foreign policy. Wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, economic recessions, and political divisions have tested the nation's resilience. Yet the USA remains a global leader, constantly evolving and striving to live up to its ideals of freedom and equality. And there you have it, the entire history of the USA in just 10 minutes. From its indigenous roots to its rise as a global superpower, the story of America is one of ambition, struggle, and progress. What do you think is the most pivotal moment in U.S. history? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a moment of history. Thanks for watching History in 10 Minutes. See you next time.